Hi everybody, Ricky Cox with Sewer Studs here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a quick maintenance takedown and clean of the RIDGID K45 drum cable machine. This is a very popular small drain cleaning tool that plumbers use all across the nation. This is great for cleaning out lavatory drains, waste arms, tub drains, shower drains, basically your smaller drains. This is a great tool to have on the truck. And so I'm going to show you how to take the drum out and clean it and then put everything back together. This will also be the same order of operations if you need to change out the cable. You only need two tools to do this. You need a flathead screwdriver. I've got my handy Milwaukee flathead here, and you'll need some good lubricant, WD-40, or my personal favorite, PB Blaster. And step one, basically what you've got is you've got 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to go ahead and loosen those 4 screws. You don't have to take the screws all the way out, just get them loose enough to where you can tell that the outside shell is loosened up. Alright, and then you're going to give it a counterclockwise turn on this top piece right here while holding the body. And then you just pull this part of the machine out, the front part. And then you can see here I've got the drain cable in the drum. You can tell that this one kind of got crossed over on itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this whole thing out. So let's get this back in there first. I'm going to go ahead and get all of this cable out. Alright, so I've got all the cable out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stretch the cable out across the shop, and then I'll show you the next steps. Alright, so for this part of the operation, I've got the drain cable stretched out in my working space. The end of the cable, which is the end that has the bulb, you're going to have facing away from you. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this drum. Look at all that debris. Okay. So you're going to empty out all the debris. Now it's nice and clean in there. And then what I like to do before I feed the drain cable back is I like to squirt a little bit of PB Blaster in there just to kind of clean things up a bit. And then if you'll notice, there's a direction the cable has to go in. And so when we're feeding the cable, we want to make sure that the head ends up in the clockwise position. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start feeding the drain cable in. And you'll see that this drain cable is rusted. It's pretty beat up. Someone didn't maintain this one very well. Someone is me. That was me. I recommend doing this every 3 to 6 months, or whenever you notice that your cable starts to feel like it's really fighting you in the drum. And what I will do is I'll run 3 or 4 rotations, and then I'll give us a nice squirt of lubricant in there to just clean that cable. That's it. That's all you need to do. And so we're going to feed this cable in. Cable doesn't have to go in super tight, but I do recommend doing top to bottom. And then, yeah, every 3 or 4 wraps around, you're gonna squirt some lubricant in there. It's not gonna hurt it if you have extra lubricant in there, trust me. PB Blaster is not your friend. It is, well, PB Blaster is not your enemy, it's your friend, that's for sure. like to do is I like to just give it one last spray. And then I'm going to put a rag over the top of this thing. I'm just going to shake that lubricant around. I want those drain cables nice and saturated with lubricant. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out this part right here. You'll see how the little tabs line up. See? That pops in like that. And then you're going to keep your end of your cable here about a foot out. That's all you need. Just about a foot. And then, tell you what, let's lubricate this guy while we're at it. Alright, gonna feed this right. Try to get that on camera. I'm using a chest camera. I'm not really used to. There we go. Now, the last thing we have to do is we're gonna line up these little screws and then do our, now it's a clockwise turn. And voila, we got our 4 screws. We're gonna tighten them down, and then I'm gonna lubricate this part right here, this top section. So let's go ahead and snug her down. All right, and then as I promised, we're gonna shoot some lube in there. And that's it. You're all done. Good job.